So a DNA suit, or a Derossi one in this case, will arrive with the sleeve buttonholes sewn up like this. So it arrived like this, yeah? Now this is because this still allows you to be able to take up the sleeve a bit if necessary, if it's too long, without having to undo the whole sleeve. The professional way would be undo the whole sleeve and take the sleeve up from here, but it's a long, expensive process, and if it's only a few centimeters or an inch, you could do it from down here. So you find the cuff holes stitched up with the 4 buttons. All you do is undo the first button, because this is going to be stitched, probably is going to be stitched like that, yeah? So all you do is cut that open, undo the first button with a sharp scissor, dig it into the fabric in between the 2 stitches, and literally just stitch it open. You can also use a seam cutter like this. Dig the pointy bit straight in, push, and it'll cut right in between the two stitches. Be careful, because if you push too hard, this is going to go straight like that. It's happened to me once. So back to the scissors, cut that open, undo this button, cut the stitch open, and do it for all 4. Now again, you only cut the seams open after you're satisfied with the sleeve length. If it's too long, the tailor can still alter it and take an inch or so from the bottom. Now if you take it up, if the tailor takes it up and finds that the first stitch is too close to the border here, to the hem, then because it's not cut open but it's still stitched up, the tailor will literally just undo this seam and pull the thread out, and it'll become a 3-button cuff. And that way the first button isn't too close to the hem, to the new hem. Okay? So don't panic. The suits that I sell do have working cuffs, but you need to cut the seams open. So once the seams are open, you stitch the buttons on this side of the fabric. Take the buttons off from here, stitch them here, and therefore the buttons will do up, the cuffs will do up. So here we go. This is the jacket I'm wearing now. This too had a button. This used to be stitched up and the buttons were like this. Undid the buttons, cut open the seams, put the buttons, sewn the buttons on the bottom bit, and here we have a perfectly working cuff. Now the same happens for the pockets. The pockets come up stitched, and all you do is get either a seam cutter or a nice sharp pair of scissors, and you carefully undo all the stitches. So I'm going to dig in here, pick it. Usually once you do one stitch, it all comes undone. Now don't pull it. Try, if it's hard, just unpick it. And here we go. One pocket. And the other pockets. Pick it usually at the bottom. There's always a hole you can stick your finger in. That way you can figure out which is the stitch, pick it, see, and it comes undone. Again, you can do this with a fine pair of scissors. Okay, so that ideally the suit would be sold without any finishing on the bottom of the cuffs. The cuffs would be just left unfinished, and that way the customer walks into the shop, gets it measured up, and there's a tailor at the back which would do the job in a relatively quick amount of time. But because I'm online, I can't do that. So that's the way the cuffs are finished up. Okay, so I'm going to do this and enjoy your new suit.